They say Hercules was the strongest man to ever live, but strength alone wasn't enough when he faced the one enemy he couldn't kill, himself. After completing his 12 labors, Hercules believed his torment was over. The gods had forgiven him, the world sang his name, and yet in the quiet hours of the night, shadows of his past whispered to him. He could still see the blood on his hands, the wife and children he had slaughtered in a divine-induced madness. No lion, no hydra, no titan had ever shaken him like the weight of his own guilt. Seeking peace, he traveled to Delphi, demanding the oracle tell him how to silence the ghosts in his mind. But the gods were never kind to heroes. Apollo decreed that Hercules must serve as a slave for 3 years, to a queen. Not just any queen, but Omphale, ruler of Lydia, a woman who would humiliate the mighty son of Zeus like no monster ever could. Stripped of his lion's pelt, his club, and even his name, Hercules was forced to dress in women's robes, weave delicate threads with palace maidens, and obey every command of his mistress. He, the slayer of giants, now danced for her amusement. The world laughed. The mighty hero had become a fool. But what they didn't see was the lesson Hercules learned, not of brute force, but of restraint. For the first time, he couldn't solve his problems with violence. He had to endure, to submit, to find strength in patience rather than war. And when his servitude was over, when Omphale finally freed him, he walked away not just as the strongest man alive, but as one who had mastered the greatest battle of all, the war within himself.